Cool. All right. I think I am live. Um, we're gonna go check YouTube real quick. I'm using Restream on my computer as well as I'm on TikTok live. Um, so let's just check my channel and see if this shows that I'm live. It looks like I am. Yeah. So I'm live there. Let me go to LinkedIn um, and just see what's going on. I think that's fine. So, yeah, so the purpose of all of this, for everyone who is watching, I've got my camera here and my camera there. Um, I'm just going to build out in the open. I'm not going to like, I'll share my screen when I need to, but um, really the goal of all of this is to like hopefully people come in, ask me questions around AI. What am I building? How do you build yourself? I'll have some hot takes. There's a lot of bullshit that's happening out in the industry. I can't I can't I can't tell you how annoyed I am when I get onto like TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, like reels, all of them, and just the level of bullshit that's out there is just annoying. This is what I'm gonna do. I am gonna post every day. I'm just gonna start going every day and see if people show up. Um, so if you're here, shoot me a message. Um, I'm in. I'm on Restream. Let me see if there's a chat. Looks like I've got some people. I don't. Let's see. Uh, yeah, LinkedIn user said, "Yo, hey, what's up?" All right. So one of the things I've been working on, I got a message this morning from my brother-in-law. Actually, I can't pull it up because I'm on my phone. But one of the things he asked me was, he's like, "Hey, look, I want to use agents. Tell me what I need to do." Um, and I'm actually going to change this a little bit. Um, the use of AI agents, it's such a fucking loaded term. Excuse my language. It's a loaded term, and I disagree with most of what people are trying to sell you on there. I'll go online or I'll go on and you see these like, oh, I built this with two prompts. What they, and you'll see these people who are making these amazing games or whatever, and um, they these random games or whatever they say, oh, I built this in two prompts. One, they never show you the prompts, but two, they also never show you all the work that went in before all of that. So I want to actually kind of address all of that. And a friend of mine on LinkedIn, a friend of mine, she posted about this. She's at OpenAI right now. I Let's see if I can find her. I'm pulling up LinkedIn right now. Um, uh, it was I shit. I'm gonna miss her stuff. Oh, it looks like it's Pavan. Hey, Pavan, good to see you. Um, watching all of this. So yeah, a friend of mine was talking about that. She mentioned something to the effect that like people don't like when you go and have AI just build you a PRD. PRD stands for product requirements doc. That's what a lot of people in the industry use. That's the verbiage that they use. Um, AI and I have the same problem. AI will end up like building out this whole like adding things that you didn't actually ever need. And I think that's one of the follies and one of the problems that we have with AI is that it just randomly just will fill in gaps that you're like, no, I didn't want that. I didn't need that. So here's the process that I follow when I am when I am successful in AI. and how I'm able to make a lot of this, be successful is the people who are telling me that they can make something in 2 prompts. I find it, again, that's kind of like a loaded bullshitty thing. What they don't see is all of the work that you put in ahead of time. And so this is what I do. I actually pull up my phone. Here's an old phone. I pull up my phone and I go use the Google Recorder aspect of it. And I just ramble for 5, 10, 15 minutes. A lot of times I just put my headphones on and I go on a walk and I'm acting like I'm talking to myself. That way people don't think I'm crazy. But what it does is it allows me to walk through, brainstorm myself, um, walk through, ramble, argue with myself, and do all of that before. Um, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any comments. Anyways, um, but one of the things so I sit and talk to my phone. I throw my headphones and I talk and I go on a walk. Um, a lot of times through those ramblings and arguing with myself, discussing what I want AI to build for me, that turns into that opens up more doors. And then I take that and I take the transcript from that and I feed that into ChatGPT, or Claude Code, and I'm going into the Fable, and I say, "Look, here is a transcript of what I've written, or here's a transcript of my conversation. It is just long, it's it's rambly, but you're going to get an idea of what I'm talking about." And then from there, I then I go through a brainstorming session with whichever agent I'm using, whether it's Claude Code or Codex, and I just simply start like going back through and say, okay, push back on me, ask me questions, ask me what, if we're building a new app. So for instance, I'm building my son, on a side note, I'm building my son and for his friends a homework tracking app. Um, anyone read Dungeon Crawler Carl? It's such a tongue twister, but Dungeon Crawler Carl is like my new obsession. And um, hey, looks like Michael joined. Hey, Mike. So I'm building an app for my son, homework tracking app. He's 12, in middle school, and he has a hard time, just keeping up with everything. So what I'm doing is I'm gamifying his homework tracking. He can't use his phone at school, so they have a planner that they have to write all their homework in, and on that planner, he is actively writing, during that. He's like, all right, here's what my homework is for first period, second period, and all that. So the homework app that I built that I'm building started with, it's like, hey, what's the problem here? We want to gamify. We want to have friends that are there. Um, actually, what I'm going to do, which I got to figure out how to do this on TikTok. But I'll do this on, here is I'm going to share my screen, um, and I'm going to pull up, uh, what I'm building, with Claude, and with Claude that is, let me see, share screen. I'll just share the entire screen, and cool. So what it's called study hall. It's really silly. This all started with a 15-minute, I think, conversation, but the goal of this is like, look, he has his own study hall. He can come in, he can, it'll take a picture, so we can scan his, he can use his phone. This will be a phone app. He takes a picture of his planner at school, and it will then read everything that's on there and then add it to, it'll extract all of his tasks, all of his homework. Then he can, add new ones. He can edit it. This will be, and this is, by the way, using Claude Design. So if you're not familiar with Claude Design, find it fascinatingly amazing. Um, but it is very limiting if you don't start with something fresh, or you don't start with a clear picture of what you want. Anyways, so I have the extract tasks, and from there, he can connect to his friends. And if he connects to his friends, they show up in his study hall. And they have, and then there's competitions. They're not really competitions, but it's like, look, he's got friends who are in the same class as him. So, or they have the same teacher, but different periods. So now he can see what everyone else is working on, and it's designed to be not a social network. He's not going to be able to talk to any of his friends, but he'll just be able to see, like, hey, so and so is working on science right now too. And so now they can have, silly, they can have like a competition, if you will, not really, but they can see who else is actively working on homework. um, from there, I also have something that's really silly. Is again the dungeon crawler Carl aspect of this is I want to have silly um, achievements. If you've listened to the book, he's like, new achievement. Um, eh, you can read, and they're just random, and they're silly, and there's not much that goes into them. I want to make that. I want to make that part of the app that I'm building, so that it's fun and those achievements pop up. Hey, thanks for everyone who's joining. I appreciate people who've. Looks like I've got a few people here who are watching. If you're new here, I am building out in the open. I am a software engineer turned manager turned AI enthusiast. I have used pretty much every AI tool that's out on the market, and I use a combination of Claude Code and Codex. I'm also a former educator, so the goal of those who are in my who are here is I want you to be able to ask me questions. I want to be comfortable. It's like I'm going to ask it. You know, make no assumptions that anyone who in my audience is technical. I'm going to assume that some of you are non-technical. So all that said, going back to what I'm building here is it's a dungeon crawler Carl kind of themed achievements. They're random. They just show up, and they don't have anything else to do. Like they're just kind of funny, silly there. Um, I do want to add point systems so that when he does, when my son does homework. Oh, by the way, here, if you take a look at it, um, the on the chart or on the wall is a he has a shelf, and that shelf is where you can put achievements. You can go into your friends' study hall. You can see their achievements, and as he earns them, he can put the top ones that he wants to share up there. Completely randomized, so unless you're connected with somebody, you won't be able to, and you know them personally, you won't be able to. You won't be able to actually, get in someone else's study hall and everything. But it's kind of silly. Oh, but then there's a point system. So he earns points by doing his homework. By hitting achievements, he'll earn points, and all of those points or gold or whatever we call it can then be used to buy themes, to buy things. It's just all cosmetic. There's no real money. There's nothing really in there at all. So yeah, so I'm gonna throw on some music. I don't know what the how TikTok and everything works, but uh, hell with it. Like I don't know what I'm doing, and if I'm doing it wrong, well, I'm sure you all will tell me. So I'm gonna start. Uh, one of my favorite artists to just listen to is called Closey or Closey. I don't know how to pronounce it. And so I have a mix on here that is just kind of just there. So if you can hear that, I will. Hopefully, you can hear it. And I'm just gonna keep building. I'm gonna stop sharing here. Um, how do I stop sharing? Cool. Um, all right. Oh, cool. I didn't know I could do this now. I can add, for those who are on LinkedIn and on YouTube, I can see, I guess, LinkedIn. I can see whatever chats are coming through. Cool. All right. So, as I'm continuing to build, I'm going to let's open up. Let's talk about some of the tools I use. One of the latest tools that I've been using is Whisper Flow. A lot of people, I know a lot of people have talked about that. Um, uh, uh, and I know I'm seeing a lot of people getting access to or trying to play with Whisper Flow. What it uses an AI coding or an AI agent to or an AI a voice AI to listen to what you're saying, and then it translates that from voice to text. Um, I actually talk more to my computer than I do anything else. So you're going to see me talking to my computer using Whisper Flow, and I'm actually using Codex, and I'm going to be using a combination of um, Codex and Cloud Code. So let me see where we're at. Okay, so looks like we've stalled on the app right now. Can I had Claude or sorry, I had Codex do a significant amount of work on it, and I want to get an idea of where we're at. Uh, just let's have it run. I just want to see where kind of what's going on now with the application. Is there anything blocking on my end? Um, and we'll go from there. For anyone who's looking at this, I'm using talk to text to actually talk to my computer and talk to my agent. One of the things is this goal that ran through Codex ran for almost 9 hours while it was architecting the my son's homework app. So we're gonna just let that run and let it cook, um, and see what happens. We're gonna resume the goal. Oh, what it wants is it wants me to connect a USB. Oh, I need to connect my phone to that, and I can't do that because I'm on TikTok Live. So I'll do that after. Maybe I need to grab another phone and start using that for TikTok lives and other lives. I guess we'll have to see what happens from there. But I'm not going to be doing this for much longer. I just wanted to get in the habit of um, just being out there. So for anyone who's joining, I really appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. If you have any questions, I am the AI guy. I have been working with AI. I've worked for multiple companies. One of the companies I worked for, I built our first AI agent, AI, bot that got to 1 million users in less than 8 months. That was previously at a company called Postman, the API company, and I am here to just simply answer questions. Um, a question that did come in. Let me see if I can find it. Going around. A question that I got from someone, which is, if you're getting started with agents, what do you mean? Like, how do you get started with agents? I want to change that a little bit. I want you to, um, I want you to think about changing it from agents because that's a loaded question or a loaded term, and I want to think about loops. Let's talk about loops real quick. Um, inside of Claude Code and in Codex, you can have a loop. Now, a loop is like the idea of making a loop is like it's going to be recursive. You ask the AI to do something. You want that AI to actually um, uh, you want to actually write, or you want something that uh, like loops back onto itself. Um, hey, oh my gosh, hold on, I need to address this. Uh, Peter Van Valkenburg, Pete, holy crap, is it good to see you? Um, Yes, I have played quite a bit of paintball in my life. I did own a paintball store a long time ago. Um, so Peter, good to see you, dude. Hit me up, shoot me, like, give me a call, DM me. I'll send you my. I updated my phone number a couple years ago. Let's catch up, man. Anyway, so loops. Let's talk about loops. The idea of a loop is that it is recursive. It's going to do it like when it task is completed, it's going to like the agent or the AI is going to start over again. It's going to do something. Um, oh, looks like study hall is popping up on my screen. That change on it. That's the coding agent actually running my computer right now. I'm hands off, letting it do its thing. Okay, so going back to a loop. One of the common loops that I use is I use a builder QA team. So the principles of good software engineering have not changed. Okay, what it means to write good software or build software, nothing has changed. So when I was at Overstock, this is a great example. When I was at Overstock.com, we had a front end team, you had your back end team, you had your designer, and then you had QA that was connected to it. You had a product manager, you had an engineering manager, and all of those different pieces of the team were separated. Everyone had their own job to do. So the same type of conversation we need to have with your agents. Don't just An agent that QAs its own code is like the worst software engineer that's out there. I was a horrible software engineer. Let's be honest. I wasn't horrible. I was a good software engineer, but I was horrible at sometimes doing my own QA. And my past QA will tell you, the people who QA'd my code would tell you that there were things that I missed. So when you're writing this, one the loop I have is um, here's and I'll share this. I'll figure out a better way to do this in the future. But um, take the PRD, take the product requirements, take a feature, take a bug, whatever you're doing. Take all of that, and then have say, okay, you're the orchestrator agent. You are the product manager for this project right now. I want you to spin up a builder QA team. Now, the other thing about builder QA teams is that they don't share context back and forth. I use linear, and I use my linear agent or my connectors are all both in. I have the linear MCP servers connected to both um, Codex and Cloud Code, and what they do is it's like give the builder give like we have the linear tickets, we have the PRD, give the ticket, give the give the ticket, the linear ticket to the builder. That builder team is going to go and build, and when it's done, I want you to pass that information. I want you to pass that ticket to the QA team. That QA team is then going to go and knows nothing about the context. They're just going to go and QA the work that's being done. When they if they find bugs, um, there's the coding agent is playing with the computer. It's changing colors. Anyways, when if the QA finds a bug, it is the only person on this team outside of myself and the product manager that can create a new ticket. They will create a bug ticket, and that bug ticket will then be passed back to the builder team, and you'll continue in that loop until both the builder and the QA team are confident that that feature that was on that ticket is done. From there, it's going to go back up to the product manager. The product manager is going to take a look at it, and then you're going to start on the next feature. That is a loop that, in many cases, I have had this same loop run for days using 2.5 billion tokens in the span of a day. That's the agent loop that I want to impress upon you. I want my audience to think about it. Like, if you are building agents or you're building something, think about it only as a loop. That's the core piece. Think about it as a loop. Don't buy into all the bullshit that people are that people are sending out there. It's like, oh well, here's a quick way to make, like, here's 5 agents that I need. Agents are either a skill that someone's got that is a workflow that is a normalized workflow. Some people are calling that an agent. Agent loops That's what I'm talking about, is giving your coding agents a goal and a giving it a goal and a way to loop back and recursively fix itself. So that's what's going on. The My agent is still cooking. I'm gonna Let me pull up a bunch of this. I'm gonna share my screen again, and I'll just share the entire screen, and you can see what's happening. This is the study hall that my son I'm making for my son. Um, let's actually make this. Let's inspect this and turn this into, change the layout to a phone. Let's just make this. Oh, good. Pixel 10. That's what I have. So we'll leave this as a Pixel 10 and it will keep working. So this is the design that we're working off of. For everyone on TikTok, I apologize. I got to figure out a way to share my screen so you can see what's on my screen. But if you have questions, I'm going in. I don't know how to actually see questions. I guess I don't know. We'll figure this out. I don't know what I'm doing with TikTok. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with TikTok. I'm better at YouTube. I'm better at YouTube and LinkedIn. So, anyways, yeah, let's take a look at all of this. This is actively building. Let's see. ChatGPT is working on it. That's what we're building. Everything there. So, we've been at this for half an hour. I'm gonna end the stream now. I really appreciate everyone who joined. I'm gonna try to do this every day. When, I don't know. Whenever I have time, I guess is really what it is. The goal of all of this, the goal for my for my audience, and the goal for me is that I'm just going to build out in the open. I'm going to answer questions as you come in. Um, uh, as people are coming in and ask questions. If you're new to AI, if you're new to the industry, whether you're a developer or you're not a developer, that's doesn't matter. If you are building something, I want to hear about it. This is the primary purpose of this: is we're going to learn together. I'm going to answer questions. I'll research as we go, and yeah. So thanks for joining me, and we will see you tomorrow. Okay, I need to figure out how to turn this off. All right, so I think TikTok is done. Let's go here, and we'll stop sharing. Oh, Peter just asked, what's my TikTok? My TikTok is, can I put this on here? I need to figure out how to do all of this. There's overlays. It is Sterling Talks Tech. That's the easiest way to that is where my TikTok is. I'm Sterling Talks Tech on YouTube, on TikTok. I think I've got it on Instagram as well. I'm gonna try to keep hitting up all of those. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming. We will see you